just on a lighter note. Straight to the major headlines and the meat of the news this morning. Says here, banner headline before me this morning, Nigerian Tribune. It says insecurity to top agenda as senators reconvene tomorrow. And we have there's some leftover quanta that the senator may have to attend to when they resume quanta between the Senate President and Senator Adams Oshiomhole. It says Akpabio Oshiomole's food may deepen. And ex-Edo governor not a reason for the convening. Some people have been assuming that they may want to wield the big stick against Senator Oshiomhole. And lawmakers free to move motions on any subject. Okay, they are saying it's discussing the top agenda. Some people are also thinking that the quanta between Senator Akpabio and Senator Oshiomhole could be one of the major reasons they are reconvening tomorrow. Now, senators return to Abuja tomorrow to a potentially tense chamber amid growing concerns over crippling insecurity in the country. Now, findings by the Nigerian Tribune indicated that the lawmakers who are cutting short their end of session break are set to fast-track the state police bill by taking it through the third reading, among other legislative interventions to support the efforts of the federal government in combating terrorism, kidnapping, and banditry. Now, the House of Representatives voted and passed the bill on June 10, but the Senate's concurrence is still pending. Now, one senator close to the leadership of the Red Chamber told correspondents on Sunday that urgent national issues bordering on security informed the reconvening. It is primarily on urgent national issues on security. State police is central to it, the lawmaker disclosed. Now, senators have termed the escalation of attacks by criminal elements as embarrassing, requiring urgent solutions from across layers of government. It was gathered that the kidnapping and the subsequent death of the late Major General Abubakar Rabi and the spiraling attacks on soft targets like school children without a guaranteed counter strategy by relevant authorities raise more worries about the safety of lives and property in the country. At least they are showing concern now. And they are not putting non-relevant issues on the front burner, like the fight between the Senate President and what's the name of that female senator again, Natasha Akpoti. So at least they are not making that a priority now. Things like that a priority now. Thank goodness that. But then I hope it will just be talk when they resume, and that we will see some concrete action that would at least aid the process of fighting insecurity in this great country.
Well, Tola, there's a story I thought that we might not touch today, but I think it is necessary to just touch it a bit, talking about what is happening presently, what is on ground presently in Oluyole, the abductees, with the students, pupils, the principal, teachers, local government. Now, the Sunday Igboho issue has come in again. So, I don't know. Let me just go through this. Oyo school kidnap. Troops block escape routes as terrorists reduce demands. Well, they are talking here that there are strong indications that the 39 abducted school children and 7 teachers from Awure, Siele, Yawota, and Alausa communities in Oluyole local government area of Oyo State may regain their freedom anytime soon as security operatives intensify rescue efforts. And well, this is categorical. In fact, troops have blocked all possible escape routes to the national park where the victims are being held. And well, you will recall that on May 15, 2026, terrorists stormed 3 schools in Oluyole Council area, abducting 46 individuals. And well, it goes on and on. We all know that. Now, the terrorists, it was gathered, initially presented 4 major demands, including the release of detained terrorist commanders, payment of ransom, provision of 2 Hilux vehicles, and the implementation of Sharia-related laws.
All that was debunked. I don't know why they are raising this again.
Yes, no, you know, he said it said it was, you know, initially, you know, later the people debunked.
The terrorists said they never made such demands.
That the only thing that they mentioned was that the release of their commanders in incarceration. And well, the two, I mean the commanders are Abu Bara or Abbas Mukhtar and his deputy Abu Bakar Abba alias Isa Adam or Mahmoud Al Nigeri, both identified as senior members of Jamaatul Ansarul Muslimina fi Biladi Sudan, that is Ansar.
Are you sure you got?
I got the pronunciation right.
Your teeth barely came off. When we were struggling to pronounce them, you should simply have called them a Ansar.
It is a breakaway faction of Boko Haram. And well, that is the situation here now. Now, meanwhile, Oyo State Police Command yesterday dismissed claims that Yoruba Nation agitator Chief Sunday Adeyemo, popularly known as Sunday Igboho, facilitated the release of kidnapped victims in Igboho, Oluyole local government area of Oyo State. That is another incident that occurred. The police, reacting to viral reports and videos circulating on social media, said there was no official confirmation that the victims had been rescued, insisting there was no evidence linking Igboho to any rescue. And reacting to reports linking the release of the victims to Sunday Igboho's intervention, Oyo State Police Command maintained that there was no evidence connecting the activist to any rescue operation. The police public relations officer, PPR DSP Olayinka Ayinolade, in a statement said, yes, he quoted the statement, they quoted the statement, the newspaper, and the Nigeria Police Force has officially debunked claims that the hostages have been safely released. Oyo State Commissioner of Police has explicitly denied that Sunday Igboho was involved in recent rescue operations.
Well, it was actually Igbope. That was where it happened. That the people were a family involving a pregnant woman and her children. They are the ones being held hostage by the kidnappers, and
but it was claimed that they were killed also. After paying ransom, I just had them some tips. I was not sure about
all sorts of stories,
yes.
but probably being spread by the same people who credited Mr. Igboho, probably without Mr. Igboho's knowledge, that that he gave an ultimatum. They said they gave a 2-hour ultimatum to Fulani leaders in that area that they should ensure the release of the pregnant woman and her children. The story was that someone was sent to pay ransom to the abductees, and when that person got there, that person was killed, and they took the ransom, killed the person, and then made fresh demands. So that was what angered Mr. Sunday Igboho, and they said they gave him a 2-hour ultimatum. But eventually, what they said, they acceding to Mr. Igboho's demands that the abductors released the abductees, and but only for the local government council chairman, local government council chairman, and the police. They debunked that story in its entirety, and they said there was not even any rescue operation involving Mr. Sunday Igboho, and that those people, they said categorically that those people are still in the custody of the hostages, and efforts are still ongoing by the police and other state actors to ensure their release. So Mr. Igboho himself has not said anything. So I want to believe that this is the work of some people who just wanted to do sensational reporting. And then the matter of the troops closing in on the hideouts of the Oriri hostages. Yes, the reporter that came up with that story has said nothing new. If you have to weigh it properly and do the analysis, you understand that it's the same situation that we've been told about before, that troops are closing in and that they will probably regain their freedom soon. The reporter has not said anything new. And as for their demands, they came out categorically. They made the principal their spokesperson. They forced her to be their spokesperson in custody.
Yes.
And in those videos that you see, a gun pointed at her head. So she said that she said categorically that they never made some of those demands that people are saying that they make. So what I'm getting at here is that I think it's time the authorities address that machinery, that unsolicited propaganda machinery that seems to want to stall the efforts to rescue people that are in custody, that keep turning out fake reports and fake videos, and anyone found culpable should be punished and should be punished heavily too. These reports can be very annoying at times when you find out that they are fake. Mm.
Well, Tola, you remember your paddy, this paddy, your paddy, Bello Toji.
Oh, he's not my party.
The notorious
He's not my party.
terrorist.
I'm among millions of Nigerians that want him dead, and I have no regret saying that.
Well, notorious bandit leader Bello Toji has appeared in a new video claiming responsibility for the killing of 2 soldiers involved in a rescue operation in Sokoto State on Saturday. And this comes as Nigerian troops and other security agencies successfully repelled a separatist terrorist attack and foiled a planned mass abduction in another part of the state. And it was gathered that the soldiers were killed and several others injured when an improvised explosive device, IED, detonated on a military vehicle conveying troops to Bagaja community in Issa local government area. The troops were responding to a distress call following a bandit attack on the area in the early hours of Saturday, and residents said the attackers invaded the village between 12:30 a.m. and 3 a.m., shooting sporadically and forcing locals to call for military intervention. And yes, in the video circulated online, Toji expressed satisfaction over the incident, claiming his group had recorded success against security forces and rival elements. I don't think these people are in their right senses. These terrorists. Look at the excuse he's giving. He is happy that yes, he gained success over military forces.
Bimbo,
What
Bimbo,
do they want?
you are saying he's happy. That's what he does. That's what he does for a living. That is who he is. That's what he kills for a living. He kills people for a living. He doesn't know any other way to live. So why wouldn't he be happy? It's like you being sent to do a special report, maybe somewhere deep in Plateau State or maybe Southeast Nigeria or whatever, and you're able to gather your report and give your report, and you come back successfully in one piece. And you, of course, wouldn't you be happy that you were able to achieve your objective?
Yes, I would be happy, but no, at least I will receive something. Somebody will pay me some things. But what?
Of course.
Why is it?
Oh, Bibo.
And nothing is happening. I don't understand.
Oh, Bibo. Okay, are you asking like, what is he getting from the killings?
Yes.
Or why is it so difficult to rein him in? Which of the questions are you asking?
Yes,
this morning?
both. He walks, boldly along the streets.
He's not in hiding. He walks freely. Yes, that is true. And then the soldiers, they know where he is. As for what he stands to gain, oh, come on, Bimbo. For somebody to be making videos and to be so confident in Nigeria that we are, of course, he would have powerful sponsors, powerful financiers in the top echelon of government. That is the truth. Yes, I say this categorically because when they wanted to rein in and cripple Mr. Sunday Igboho, they knew where to find him. And they went straight to his house. And then, and even if he had not been in his house, even if he had been in the forest of Iguagala, they would have smoked him out.
Yes.
And they also knew how to even the one that was out of the country as at the time he was arrested, they knew how to get him. They knew where to find him. They knew how to collaborate with another country. I'm talking about the IPOB leader who has now been jailed for life, and they knew how to jail him for life. And in the southeast, they knew how to come up with Operation Crocodile Smile, Python Dance, Antelope Walk, Tiger Jump, and all that, all sorts of operations. And those operations were lethal effective. Now, come to Bello Toji. Now, at the time they tell us that it's only a matter of time before they apprehend him. It's been like a year, I want 2 years since they said that. That it's only a matter of time that they are closing on him and all that. Here is the man confidently making videos now, and yet and it's not the only one in northern Nigeria. Yes, give it to the soldiers. They've killed some of the notorious terrorist commanders in some in recent times, but maybe those were the more insignificant ones. People like Bello Toji, he has been operating in Zamfara and across much of northern Nigeria, and yet they cannot get him, they cannot find him, they do not know where he is. And then I make bold to say again, according to the communities that have been ravaged by his activities, they always tell that the man is not in hiding and that he has them. So as long as we continue to do things like this, we will never win the war against terror. I say it again and again, as I always say, at the risk of sounding like a broken record, inviting the Americans, even the Americans will not work as long as we are not ready to carry the load where it is the heaviest, where it is heaviest, bimbo. And as long as we continue to do these things and turn a blind eye to the realities on the ground, any effort by the Americans would be frustrated, no matter their level of technological expertise, no matter their level of sophistication.
Well, I just think that so what we are saying here now that is Belutoji having support of some powerful people.
That's very that's very obvious.
Some military personnel, in the high command.
Well, I think the military would very much, the way the Nigerian military is structured, they will very much do as they are told. And as we speak now, it is civilian authorities that control the Nigerian military.
Because at least two soldiers have been killed here now, and he's claiming he's the one behind these killings.
And the loyalty of the soldiers is to the first and foremost to the commander-in-chief before the Nigerian nation, before the country. Is the CEC before country. That is the way it is in the Nigerian military structure. So even if the country is going apart and is being set ablaze, and the commander-in-chief doesn't see it, and the commander-in-chief doesn't believe that things are going apart, of course, the soldiers who would fold their arms until the commander-in-chief tells them that, okay, you can now act, that things have gone south long enough.
So like this statement, you might be saying some facts here, talking about Plateau State. The secretary to the government, he is saying that Plateau State is safe despite security challenge.
Well, he is safe. Well, but he is safe, so Plateau is safe. As long as he is safe, they won't come to him and they won't touch him.
Yes.
Unless he's foolish enough to maybe ride in the vehicle all alone or walk on the streets alone. But then, as long as he's there, of course, Plateau is safe because the state because the security to the state government is safe.
Yes, he's saying here that is Samuel Jatau. He assured Nigerians that Plateau remains safe and habitable despite prevailing security challenges, urging residents and visitors to assess realities on the ground rather than rely solely on public perception. And Jatau gave assurance. Yes, see, he's talking about public perception. Is that public? Is this not what we are saying? Is this not what we are reading in newspapers?
As if the wiping out of entire communities was made up, was conjectured, that has been occurring repeatedly. And even as you have said this, I won't be surprised if another community is wiped out today. Yes. Many of those stories even go unreported. And as for the reported ones, it's enough to make people want to stay away from your state, Mr. SSG.
And he noted that security challenges are no longer confined to Plateau, Benue, and few other states previously regarded as conflict-prone, but have become a nationwide concern. So that should make us feel better. That should make the people of Plateau State feel better. Okay, Kisha, why they come? We are not the only ones.
You should just go and sit down somewhere.
When you don't know what to say as a top government official, please keep quiet. Keep quiet. Don't insult the sensibilities of Nigerians. Don't insult Nigerians. Don't insult your own people. But also have this one. Tinubu Oyebanji APC celebrates Ekiti governorship victory. I was talking politics this morning.
Yes.
And it's validation of Tinubu's government, says Oyebanji. MB across peaceful orderly polls. And the Ekiti election reflects polling unit results, says Yaga Africa. Well, I don't know how many Ekiti people, Nigerian people will be happy with you. Saying it's a validation of Tinubu's government. Well, opinions could differ, Bimbo, because
Yes.
considering what many Nigerians think of the Tinubu government regarding the current hardship, ongoing hardship, occasioned by the reforms which Mr. President, of course, has promised is only temporary, and even at the twilight of his first term, and they're saying that things will get better. Like I said, opinions could be divided, Bimbo. I have my own opinion regarding the Tinubu government, which I will keep to myself, and well, Mr. Kobe Adebayo has his opinion about the Tinubu government, so,
Yes.
which is not very pleasant.
Yes.
And we also have other people, many of our other callers as well. Uh, the what's the name of? I have to remember the one who calls us from Olumi Kingdom.
Ujo Michael.
Mr. Joe Michael, who also has his own opinion regarding the Tinubu government, and well, so many others like that, and of course, I'm sure opinions will be divided among the Ekitis as well. But then they have decided to give their mandates to the APC. So, of course, to them, the APC government in Ekiti must be doing well. And I guess it's what Mr. Ibanji is also saying that by extension, it also means that the Ekiti people are happy with Mr. President and his government. I guess that is what he's saying. That is the conclusion of Mr. Ibanji now. That he has won a second term. But then maybe maybe it's too hasty to conclude. Maybe we should just have seen it as well, the people appreciating his own performance
Yes, his
in Ekiti
contribution
State, his
to
own contribution to the development of Ekiti, and not by extension the president fixing Nigeria.
And of course, yes, the All Progressives Congress also recorded a dominant, performance in last Saturday's by-elections. By-elections were, conducted in Ondo, Nasarawa, Kano, and Kebbi states. Yes, they secured victories in those states, while the People's Democratic Party retained the Rivers Southeast Central District seat. Of course, that is almost certain. It is certain, of course. And the results announced by the Independent National Electoral Commission on Sunday strengthened the APC's legislative presence across the country, although some of the contests were overshadowed by allegations of electoral irregularities, violence, and voter intimidation. And of course, that is what will be the aftermath of the elections. Because it does not favor the opposition parties, they will say it is characterized by irregularities and so.
Yeah, the usual thing. And you would expect the litigations to also come up.
Yes, because I think I am not, was the new opposition, was it involved in the elections? The
Oh, they were.
elections.
They were. They had their candidates. At ASU, Konwa demand withheld salaries after federal government cleared 5 months unpaid allowance. Federal university lecturers are experiencing a mix of immediate relief and systemic anxiety following the recent clearance of their 5 months outstanding allowances by the federal government. Now, while the influx of funds has brought temporary respite to campuses, university unions warn that a cloud of financial uncertainty still hangs over the nation's tertiary education system. The breakthrough became evident as institutions began clearing major financial backlogs. Now, Professor Adelaja Odukoya, former Lagos Zone Coordinator of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, and current Dean of Faculty of Social Sciences, University of Lagos, confirmed to correspondents on Sunday that UNILAG has successfully cleared all the outstanding salaries and allowances tied to the recent federal government ASU agreement. Odukoya noted that this wave of payments is likely replicating across other federal universities, injecting a real moment of happiness and relief among campus workers. Well, Kona is also singing a similar tune, but they are demanding the immediate release of the 3.5 months withheld salaries. Well, at least we are getting somewhere.
Yes.
But I hope this gradual implementation of parts of the agreements, I hope it's also being replicated across the other industrial unions in the tertiary institutions, so that we don't have another round of trouble on account of this. I don't want to see a situation where the other unions now come up and say that they are fixing attention only on ASU and Conwa. I know that had always been the debacle, and then we have another round of crisis on the university campuses.
Well, Tola, I'm so sad this morning. This broadcaster, yes, ex-OGTV broadcaster, she was found, and our guard, they were found dead inside our apartment. I don't know what.
They were murdered, according to the story.
Yes. Well, in fact, I saw. I'm seeing the picture here in front of me. I saw the picture. I remember that I used to know her somewhere. Yes. Apart from the fact that she presents programs on UGTV.
Well, quite a household name.
The Ogun State Police Command has commenced an investigation into the circumstances surrounding the death of a former Ogun State television broadcaster, Kiton Rishiko, and our security guard at our residence in Iyanu village, Uwudiegba area of the state. And the command, in a statement by its public relations officer, Oluyole Babasheyi, confirmed the incident on Sunday. According to Babasheyi, a resident had raised alarm over suspicious movements around the premises on Sunday, prompting police officers to visit the house. And Babasheyi stated that the preliminary findings showed signs of forced entry and disturbance within the residence. He added that the corpse of the security guard was first discovered at his duty post, while the body of the retired broadcaster was later found inside our apartment. And according to him, the deceased vehicle was also discovered missing from the compound, raising further suspicion of foul play. Yes, there must have been a motive.
And the story doesn't say whether the assailant stole anything from the apartment.
Yeah, no, but the car was not was missing.
Okay.
But, in the apartment. Let me just check through here. Yes, the victim's vehicle was observed missing from the premises, and Babasheyi noted that the Commissioner of Police, Bode Olajuni, has ordered a full-scale investigation into the incident, with detectives intensifying efforts to track down those responsible. And well, it is not stated here whether anything was missing in the apartment.
Well, I guess some investigations will reveal whether it was an assassination or robbery.
Well, another this one is another story entirely. You know, they were trying to link the incident to maybe armed robbery or assassination, but well, the car was missing, but nothing. Well, there was no indication that nothing was picked up from the apartment, but the car was taken along by the suspected criminals.
Well, I'm still on education here, Bimbo. JAMB abolishes affiliated degree programs in colleges of education. Because I know there's a school near where I live, Bimbo, and well, from my window, from my bedroom window, I can see into the compound of that school, and every Saturday you see, especially females, these mamas coming to take advantage of what is offered through these affiliated programs. So I don't know, but then from the story here, I can see here, those that have already spent time and money trying to acquire those degrees and then spend their energy, I guess they will be scaling through. It is those for the subsequent admissions that have now been asked. So the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board JAMB has officially abolished admissions into affiliated degree programs run by colleges of education across the country, ending a long-standing arrangement that allowed the institutions to award university degrees through partnerships with universities. Now, the decision is contained in the board's newly released Nigeria Certificate in Education (NCE) and National Diploma (ND) Non-Technology Agric Registration Guidelines for the 2026-2027 academic session issued by the Office of the Registrar, Professor Ishak Oluyole. The guidelines released to journalists on Sunday in Abuja by JAMB spokesperson stipulate that no new admission will be granted into any affiliated degree program in colleges of education from the 2026-2027 academic session. Well, I guess the people running the program, so would have been communicated. So and then well,
Well, I don't know. Will it be with this I think it is the NUC that is supposed to give this kind of directive.
there was a time the NUC was saying something like that, but I don't know what eventually became of that. But then I think well, if those programs are properly run, Bimbo, and then there is nothing like making the system either porous or reducing standards. If it is confirmed that the standards are indeed what they should be, I don't see anything wrong with this program. So the story, from what I'm reading here, Jamba has not given any reason to for its action. But then I think maybe they should have a rethink.
But I believe it is not Jan that is supposed to come up with this move. It should be the Nigerian Universities Commission.
Well, Jamba is in charge of admissions. So
But I know, well, Nigerians, how they do. They know how to, corner themselves. And they say they will not recognize or stop this, that they asked the affiliated degrees. Some universities and some colleges of education will still go ahead and do it. But well, this has been on for a long time.
The controversies have been on.
So I don't know why this is coming up.
The summit was actually stopped, and like I said, that school where I normally see these people come to take their lectures, there was a time they disappeared altogether. Only for them, maybe in the last 1 or 2 years, started seeing them again. But if you open the phone lines, and the Nigerian Air Force has boosted its capacity to combat insecurity by graduating 111 operators from Special Forces Course 1326 at the Regiment Training Center Annex, Abochi.
And this one says, terrorists invade Kebbi community, burn buildings, abduct residents.
And experts are saying here that petrol, diesel prices may take the next 6 months to normalize. That's as Nigerians push for lower pump prices, and marketers adjust petrol pump price to 1,250 naira per litre in Lagos. So the experts are saying that a drastic reduction in the cost of petrol may not be possible in the next 6 months and beyond.
So what is the basis of their own research?
Well, they argue that most of the fuel marketers would like to dispense the old stock to avoid losses. And the concern of the experts followed calls by Nigerians for a major price cut in petroleum as crude oil price falls. Besides, they pointed out that the return of petrol prices to pre-war levels, that's talking about the Iran and US war, when people were buying petrol between 800 and 900 per litre, will depend on the outcome of the peace deal between the United States and Iran authorities. So they want to dispense of the old stock. I believe that's what they are saying. But but sometimes when these people, when they buy at a very much reduced rate, and suddenly for one reason or the other, the price of fuel shoots up.
They will increase.
They first of all close down their filling stations. Take Nigerians through very harrowing times.
Yes.
And again, then they will start selling at that new price. Whereas they bought at the lower price. Now that the crude oil prices are dropping, and it's going to take them 6 months to revert. Because they want to dispense.
That is Nigerians for you. Well, yes, 070-5555-1985 or 080-5500-9850. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good to have you, Mr. Akobi.
How was your weekend, sir?
Fine, thank you, sir.
First of all, how many times, I want to ask, how many times do these senators, our senators,
you move away from your radio set, sir?
Okay. How many times do they go on the first a year? Every month, I think. That's part of what we are saying. They collect the highest salary that has no skill, but do the work least expected of a junior staff in any organization. This system we are running is not only very expensive, but very, very bad, very wrong. My recommendation is that the senators be paid per sitting. That's that. On Ekiti election, what do you expect from Oyebamiji? The selection favored him as he was now selected. To me, not duly elected. Every machinery was at hand to see him through. And he has to give all the glory and adoration to the man who made it possible. That is Jagaban Boku. If normalcy and decency has to be made use of, Oyebamiji will not be there because his political party has disappointed and failed 90% of Nigerians. Good morning.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes, so when you want to call, you want to make a contribution, please move away from your radio set or just lower the volume.
Well, in the meantime, Mr. Ibanji has visited the PDP candidate, Mr. Oluyole, and he is also going to be visiting the ADC candidate. He's saying that what is important now is how to move Ekiti State forward together. He's reaching out to his opponents in the election.
And that is how it is supposed to be. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yes,
Good morning.
Yeah, man is about to for me.
Good to have you.
For release, sir.
Okay, all right. You're welcome.
Who had a nice very weekend, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Now, please, Mr. Tola, you actually you forgot to mention my name as one of the best critics of Tinubu. Please do mention me some other time. I so much cherish it. Now, because I feel the man is not even confident to be a governor of the state, let alone a president of the whole country. That's my thank you. Now, as regards to the petroleum price, it is a design thing. The thing may not even come down in the next 6 months. Why can't you ask them, what have you done with the excess money you made from the high price of the petroleum price in the international market? As per Oyebamiji, this is the kind of leadership we have in Nigeria. If Oyebamiji is a good position to advise the president that those policies are not good, he won't do it because of his selfish interest. Have a nice day, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well, maybe you're advising the Mr. President that how to fix Nigeria, given the template of how he fixed Ekiti. Well, of course, we know Ekiti State is not Nigeria, but then we could get some tips from Mr. Oyebamiji.
Yes. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
You shared the news at the weekend about what the security authorities are doing to capture these terrorists and all that. And I know what the terrorists have said they have been doing, changing locations and giving out different demands. So people are saying the government is not doing anything on really. But these terrorists will frustrate you. That is what they have been doing. So we should continue to pray for these children and their teachers so that they return to us safely. Now, it now brought me back to why I don't like government. I don't like the way politicians behave. Reason being that they don't really prepare for the job they're taking. They think they want to wish problem away. They don't think deeply. Now, why do we always rely on sheer strength to fight terrorism when we know that these people are not armed robbers, they are not thugs or militants? These are terrorists, globally ranked, I think 4th or 3rd in the world. We are still fighting them as if they are fighting armed robbers and we are fighting militants. These are terrorists, like Bin Laden. So we should approach this them as if they are approaching number one enemy of our life. But government is not doing that. Look at Kachala and what's his name? Look at how Bello Toji. Now they are approaching it. So in that kind of mentality, these people will not go away. Now, years back, I think it was 20 years ago, Saudi Arabia got some military equipment from the United States, and it was a goggle. That goggle can see through the night. You wear it in the night, you feel as if you are in the afternoon because everything will be bright. So you get it in the desert, in the forest, so it will be bright as sunshine. So now, but the transition thing is all over the world now. I think they're not. You know what the general Saudi Arabia said? He said, you now understand why US and Russia, and another one in the world, even in that they don't sit down and sleep. They work to, I mean, improve of technology. So the technology that can clear these people up. But government is not prepared to do that. They want to be deploying our soldiers to be dying in the bush just for no reason. Have your target, then deploy your soldiers. But you are not doing that. We have to be confronting them with sheer strength and vigilantes. Yes, they will do their own, but technology will just do this thing in a second. So thank you.
Thank you. Well, a particular government started the Night Comsat project. Under another government, the project curiously vanished. So now they are trying to revive it again.
In fact, the Night Comsat project was in, I think, Philippines is Night Comsat 1, 2, 3. And well, like I said, they are trying to bring it up now. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Ademola from Ghana.
Sorry, Mr. Ademola.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kara. Thanks for that. This election in Ekiti State, it is said that people should vote for Udibanji. And many people voted for Udibanji. He did well. And Udibanji is committed to service and work, and many people voted for him. You see, at present, we have duties to others. And people should be part of his project. And the task is to put more people to work, and we should do the needful. And on this security, and the challenge is to deal with the trend of kidnapping and others. And we know that the security agencies are trying, and we know they will accomplish, and they will secure the lives of the victims.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you for your contribution.
070 5555 1985. Can still take one or two more calls. APC sweeps 5 of 6 seats as PDP claims River Southeast in by-elections. That's Wiki. Wiki is PDP, but of course the APC is expected to win the majority of seats because it's actually APC in PDP scheme.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Ojomaike.
Ojomaike calling from Oluyole.
Good to have you, sir.
Yes, sir. The Ekiti election can never cannot decide what will happen in 2027. So Mr. Oyebamiji is talking for himself. Even what I want to say this morning about is this, sir. 1 million people register. Let's say over 1 million people register for the election. Permanent voter cards in Ekiti State. And look at those people that decided the election. They are not up to 500,000. So our voting strength is coming down in Nigeria. When my papa was elected, about 42 million people elected him. Now when he came to President Tinubu, just 8 million people. So 14 strength in Nigeria is coming down. So Mr. Oyamisi is talking for himself. God bless you, my brother. Have a nice day at work.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Honestly, Bimbo, I don't know what we can do about this in Nigeria, where people will actually register as voters and they will collect their PVCs and they will actually come out to vote, as many people as are able to. If you are not restrained by sickness or any other thing, just come out and vote. I wish we could get to that stage in Nigeria. It worries me deeply, Bimbo, when millions and millions of people will collect their PVCs and on election day, you see not even up to 1 million coming out to decide who is going to be governor or senator.
That is where information and education comes in.
And then we start complaining at the end of the day.
Hello, good morning. Finally and quickly.
Hello, good morning, sir. Reverend Kano Babatunde, you speak over the last
Good to have you, Reverend.
Very quickly.
Yes, I don't blame the petrol dealers. It is the fault of the government. If the cost of the pump price is reduced, I think the government should try as much as possible to have people that will go around and see how they have done, especially when we have a price control board. But then everybody is just selling petrol anyhow.
All right, thank you. We are pressed for time. Sorry, Reverend Kanonova, today. I guess you made your point. All right, check your time. It's 7:30. We have to go. Been an interesting time on conversation, and we'll be back same time tomorrow morning, God willing. My name is Tola Teriba.
And my name is Bimbo Akambi. Thank you very much for listening and have a wonderful working week ahead.